So if you're anything like me or any other type of Facebook junkie, you'd like to keep track of your friends list. And for whatever reason, my friend list tends to fluctuate on a pretty regular basis. Since the folks at Facebook are passive aggressive chicken shits, they don't like you to keep track of people who may delete you and stuff like that. So they tend to cancel out any third party apps, or they'll change their code to prevent you from using third party apps. So I've devised a method to take care of this on my own computer, and that way Facebook can't do anything about it. So the first thing you're going to want to do here is go to your settings. Right? You click the arrow, settings, and on the main screen down here at the bottom, you see download a copy of your Facebook data. You're going to click that, and then you're going to click the download archive. Depending on the size of your Facebook site, how how many friends you have, how much content, this could take a while. They will send you an email when it's ready for you to download. You come back to this page, and the link will be different, and you can download your archive. What that's going to give you is a zipped file that looks like this, right? It'll say Facebook dash, and then it'll have your username. Mine is tpage 1971, and you'll unzip that with whatever program you prefer. I like WinRare, and once that's extracted, it will give you a folder, or excuse me, it'll give you a directory that looks like this, right? From It has your HTML in it, it's got your photos in it, it's got your videos, it's got all your Facebook content. But what you're going to do is click this index HTML, and you're going to open it in a browser, right? And it basically gives you an unformatted version of your Facebook page. So you're going to go over here and click on your friends, and there is a text list of all your active friends. You're going to highlight and copy this list, right? Now, I don't know why this thing moves so slow when I do that, but it just does, and we have to deal with it. For those of you that have like 1,000 friends on your list, this is going to be a nightmare, but I promise you it works. So it's really up to you. I have lots of spare time on my hands, and this really isn't a problem for me. You're also going to have to do this twice, right? The first time you're going to have to do it to establish a base record. And then when your number of friends changes, either up or down, you're going to come back and do this again, and then you can compare your second list to the first list, and that's how you know who's missing. So once you've got all the names highlighted, you're just going to copy it, right? Next thing you're going to do is create a spreadsheet. I've already done this before. You can see that I've got my previous list right here. I am going to put my current list into column C. So let's go ahead and put a date here. I forgot to do that last time, but this is the 17th. You know what? Let's don't do that yet, because what you're going to do first is come here and paste all of these names that you just highlighted. And the reason you're going to do this first is because you need to alphabetize this list. So what you'll do at that point is highlight just this column, and you click this fancy button up here, and it's going to sort them in ascending order. And you're going to do just the current selection. And what that does is alphabetizes all of my names, right? To get these to line up, right, you see I'm one column too high. You're going to insert a cell, and you're going to shift cells down. Okay, you see, so Aaron Graham and Aaron Graham are lined up. At this point, you can go ahead and put a date in here just to help you keep track of stuff. Today is the 17th. And we'll center that. And there you have it. Now you go down your list and you look for inconsistencies, right? All these names should line up, right? I got Amy, I've got Alan, Allison Coleman, Amanda Washam, Amber Richard, and you keep going down until you see two that don't match up, right? Andrea Harrington and Andrea Gibson. If the name is in your second column but not in the first column, that means it's somebody you added to your friends list. So what you'll do at this point to make your names line up again is come over to your old column and you're going to insert a cell and shift everything down. Right? So now I have a blank space next to Andrea Gibson. That indicates she was not on my previous list, but she is on the new list. And you'll see that your names line up again, right? Let's open this up a little bit. Yeah, until you keep going down, looking for inconsistencies, right? And obviously, you don't want to do this if you're not certain that your number of friends has changed, because that would be a waste of time, right? You definitely want to wait until there's something for you to be looking for. And we'll keep going. This may not have too many errors because I actually did this before I started this video. Um, and then I decided I would show this to you folks in case you wanted to do it too. So we get down here and we have another one, right? Clint Page and Clay Fair. Well, I recently added Clay, or since I made this list. So again, we'll click on the first name and the inconsistency, and you're going to insert a cell and shift everything down. Right, now my names line up again, right? And like I said before, if it's in the name is in your second list but not in your first list, it's somebody you added. What you're really looking for is a name that's in your first list and not in your second list. That's somebody that deleted you, or you deleted them. But obviously you would know if you deleted them and it wouldn't be an issue. And so we keep going down, and here's another one. I added Diana Stavata. That's a girl I went to high school with. We'll insert a cell, shift everything down, and you'll just keep checking this until you get to the bottom of your list, right? And everybody should be lined up at that point. And sometimes you'll see folks in here like Greg. He's got 2 accounts. It's not a big issue. Doesn't matter. Okay, here's another one. I recently added Jennifer Williford. So again, we'll insert a cell, shift everything down. That lines my names back up. Here's another one. I've added Ken since I made my list. So again, we'll insert a cell, shift everything down. That lines my names up again. It doesn't take an awful lot of time, but like I said, you want to look for something. You want to know that there's been a change. Let's see. Michelle Richardson I've added since then, so we're going to click here. Do what? That's right. Insert a cell and shift everything down. And so what, we're up to like 4 people I've added that were not on my previous list, and you see how this is working out, right? Keep going down. We have Mike Whitney. That's a guy I added just like a couple of days ago. So we'll insert a cell, shift everything down. Patrick Johnson, that's Eric's brother. Insert a cell, shift everything down, lines everything back up again. And like I said, you see, it's a little time consuming, but it's not bad. Um, Unfortunately, you folks that have like 1,000 friends, this is going to be time consuming and may not even really be worth your effort. But you know, I'm kind of an anal person. I like keeping track of stuff like that, and really would like to know the people who defriend me and don't even have the common decency to tell you why. Uh, Tracy Page, right? That's my other account. I apparently have forgot to deactivate it, but let's treat it the same way. We're going to insert a cell and shift everything down. That lines up my names again. And see, then we get down here where we have a discrepancy, right? I have a name on this list, on my first list, that's not on my second list. So what does that mean? That means either I deleted Valerie or she deleted me. So at this point, what I do is I copy that name and I come over here to my A list, which I've titled Missing, and I'll put their name in there. Oh, you fucker. Well, let's just type it then. And then you'll go way back down here where your discrepancy actually occurred. LMNOPQRSTV. And you can delete her. And when you delete a name, you're going to shift your cells back up. Okay, that lines everything back up again. And I have another one here, Vida Maley Orsborn. Same story, right? I'll highlight her name, copy it with Control C, I think. Scroll back up here, paste it in, come back down here, and you will remove her from the list. Shift your cells up, and that should line everybody back up. And so there you have it. Everybody in column B, where you have a space, is someone you added. When their name is in column B and not in column C, it's people who deleted you for whatever reason. In this particular case, Valerie and Vida have deleted me. And, you know, that's just the way it goes sometimes. And that's pretty much it for the tutorial. If you have any questions, you can ask me. But, you know, that's pretty straightforward. That's how you do it. Obviously, you want to save that, right? Just save it. And that way you can, when your friend list changes, you can come back and do the same thing and add another column and compare the names. And that's how it's done. And Facebook, you can bite me because I did this on my own. You can't do anything about it. Thanks for watching, folks. Have a fine Sunday.